What's good, my little community? We don't even have time for an intro. We need to get straight into it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, drop a banger like this one, and hit that note because you're in it. You can be the first to know one of these videos comes out. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. Now, caramba, it seems that Drizzy Drake is coming back to the UK. If you didn't already know, it was announced on Sunday that for the first time in wireless history, Drake will be headlining all 3 days of the UK Wireless Festival to celebrate 20 years since the festival's inception. Now, I'll be honest, I have been waiting a long time for this. The first time Drake was in London was 2012. I was obviously too young to go to Wireless at that time. The second time was in 2015, and I was too broke to go to Wireless at that time. The third time was in 2018. I was still too broke to go to Wireless at that time. The fourth time was in 2021, and I was too sick to go to Wireless at that time. I'd been literally a week before him and Future came. So this year, the fifth time's the charm. You can bet your mother's uncle I'm gonna be there every single day. That's right, I'm gonna be there for the entire 3-day festival. Sleep? What is sleep, mate? We don't know about that over in these parts. I've lacked 4 times in a row. I ain't lacking the 5th time. Yeah! Now, you may be wondering how an artist can headline the same festival 3 days in a row. Well, number one, in Drake's case, his discography is absolutely large enough to pull something like that off. And number two, it looks like each day is going to consist of a different kind of set list. So it's not like he's going to be performing the same songs every single day, because that would be pretty dumb, I'll be real. Don't get me wrong, I'd still be there every single day, but it would be pretty dumb. So the first show is going to be on Friday, and he's doing that show with special guests Summer Walker and Party Next Door. On Saturday, he's doing it with the UK MANDEM, which, trust me, we'll touch on that shortly. And then on Sunday, he's doing it with the world boss himself, Vybz Kartel, and Burna Boy. So I think it's safe to assume that each day is going to have a different kind of vibe to it. You know, we can assume that Friday is probably going to be considered as the R&B day. So expect to hear some songs off of the new Drake and Party Next Door album. Obviously, you're going to hear some classic collab songs from them like Recognize and Come and See Me, With You. Some solo R&B Drake classics like Marvin's Room, Feel No Ways, The Motion. And of course, you'll probably get some solo songs from P&D and Summer Walker as well. So this is the day that you would go if you're a fan of Drake singing more than his rapping. You know, this is the slow jams kind of day. You're not going to be seeing any mosh pits or anything like that. This is the kind of day where you just grab a sweet one and you just get lost in her eyes. You know what I mean? Man, I'm kind of getting a bit excited just thinking about it. But sorry, I'm getting too gassed. I gotta stay focused. Let's stay focused, please. Now, Saturday seems to be the day that's got everyone's noses in a bit of a pickle. Of course, this day on the flyer says it's going to be Drake and the MANDEM. And when he says the MANDEM, we can assume that he's talking about bringing out UK artists. And everyone's obviously wondering who he's going to bring out. I can assume it'll probably be Skepta, Headie One, Central C, Dave, Giggs, basically everyone in the UK who he's had a song with. Headie One being the Only You freestyle, Centr being the On The Radar freestyle, Dave being the Wanna Know remix, and Giggs being KMT and No Long Talk. Skepta technically doesn't have a song with him, but of course, Skepta freestyle on More Life. And now there seems to be a lot of discourse going online about the term MANDEM, specifically how all the other acts are being addressed by name, whereas for the UK acts, they're just being referred to as quote-unquote MANDEM. Now, whilst I do agree that it is a bit of a vire, you know, especially considering how the other acts have actually been named, and also considering how some of the aforementioned acts like Dave and Skepta, if they were to come out, have previously headlined Wireless themselves in the past. So to go from being Wireless headliners to just being referred to as the MANDEM, it is a bit of a vire, I'm not gonna lie. Like, he's making it sound like you're like the little chihuahua that he keeps in his handbag. Like, it's not looking good, bruv. I'm just saying. Making it seem like you're in security at the airport, bro. You know what I mean? But I also would like to play the devil's advocate in this scenario and say that the term MANDEM could just indicate that all the UK acts that Drake wants to bring out haven't actually been confirmed as of yet. You know, maybe there's some scheduling conflicts in place. Central C, of course, is going to be going on a world tour this year, so he might not be able to confirm if he can make it there just yet. Dave is probably working on his new album. He might be releasing the album around that time, so there might be scheduling scheduling conflicts there as well. Skepta's probably busy doing his fashion stuff and whatnot, and maybe he's working on an album as well. Heady One and Giggs, they got no excuse, I'll be so real. Heady One's last album didn't really make any noise. It was kind of mid, I'll be so real. So he if anyone needs to be there, it's him. And Giggs, I don't really hear his name ringing off musically, so he needs to be there as well. Them two, they got no excuse, man. They should be in the front row of Wireless.
Yeah, that's true. Now let's go back to my nigga on the floor.
But yeah, it could be that once they get these acts confirmed, then their names will appear on the flyer as well. Or it could be a thing where, you know, he's bringing these people out to do 1 or 2 songs rather than to be a part of the whole set list, like Summer Walker and Vybz Kartel, etc, etc. So, you know, they might not even be getting paid, you know what I mean? Or maybe Drake's thinking that, you know, because he's doing it in the UK and he's bringing out UK acts, that he wants it to kind of be a surprise for the public as to who he brings out, and that you see who he brings out on the day. It could even be that he's bringing out like 8 different UK acts and all their names can't fit on the flyer, so you just put the MANDEM. Like, you know what I mean? There's so many different reasons as to why the term the MANDEM was used. And because of this, I just don't think we should be so quick to automatically demonize it, you know what I mean? Like, I've seen people are actually giving their think pieces on this term and saying that, like, if you're a big UK act and you get on that stage and you don't respect yourself, and like, bro, I just don't think it's that deep. I can't lie. I'm sorry, I just don't think it's that deep.
Yeah, it do not matter.
It's not even the first time that something like that's been done. Like in 2018, DJ Khaled was coming to Wireless and they put DJ Khaled and friends. And I was hearing that he was going to be bringing out some big names as his quote unquote friends. So, and those names were way bigger than the Daves and Skeptas on a global scale anyway. So if they didn't mind being referred to as DJ Khaled and friends, then why did them people care about it? Like, you know what I mean? But I will say that if it is like, because Drake's seen it as, it's UK acts, like we can just put the MANDEM, like they're not that big on a global scale, then yeah, then I can say, cool, that's a Vio, and that's something that you should be upset about. I mean, bro, for all we know, Drake could be saying the MANDEM, and he could be bringing MANDEM from Toronto. He might pop out with Smiley and Top 5 and Majid Jordan and all of them, man. Like, for all we know, he could be bringing out the cast of Degrassi. Like, we really don't know who the MANDEM are.
I don't know.
So I think we really will just have to wait and see before we start making judgments and all these stink pieces and all. Like, bro, I think it's too early for that, I'll be so real. But I'm not gonna lie and say that it does look, you know, out of place, considering the fact that the other artists that are going to be at the festival have been placed there by name. So, you know, like if he said Drake and the R&B crew, then it's Drake and the MANDEM, then it's Drake and the Vybz crew, then it would be a different story. But yeah, let's get back to some of the music that you're going to be hearing on that day. So, of course, as I mentioned, you're going to be hearing the UK collab tracks between Drake and UK artists. I'm suspecting that this is going to be the day where he'll be playing a lot of the rap style songs. So this is where the high energy mosh pit kind of songs are probably going to be performed. So expect songs like God's Plan, Look Alive, Know Yourself, Non-Stop. I think we'll be getting those kind of tracks on this day. Now on Sunday, of course, he is bringing the world boss Vybz Kartel to Wireless and the African giant Burna Boy 2, and it is due to be an absolute movie. I can't lie, I'm ecstatic about this, I'll be so real. Like, of course, this is basically like an Afro-Caribbean fusion kind of day. Like, this is just, everyone's just coming together in holy matrimony, pause, and it's just, I'm McDonald's loving it, I can't lie. But yeah, I think on this day you can expect to hear some of Drake's more Caribbean sounding songs. You're going to hear a lot of Drizzy Marley on this Sunday. So expect songs like Controller to be getting spun, Blem, Too Good, maybe without the Rihanna verse, obviously. That Twist and Turn song that he's got with P&D and Popcorn, that's definitely getting played as well. He might even bring out Popcorn as well. And then, of course, for the Afrobeat section, you're probably going to hear One Dance, obviously, and Come Closer, and, you know, those type of songs where Drake tries to dip into his Afrobeats bag. And I suspect that this day is going to be full of a lot of Drake's, like, party records. I think this is going to be the day that's going to feel like one big party, one big vibe. So expect to hear Drake tunes like Nice for What, In My Feelings, you know, those type of big party records that he's got. And yeah, tickets go on sale tomorrow, so if you haven't got your ticket already, I would recommend being up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed Wednesday morning so you can get them, because they are probably going to sell out very quickly. I'm not going to lie, wireless hasn't sold out straight away probably since about 2018, 2019, pre-COVID. Post-COVID, it doesn't really sell out as quickly as it used to, but if there's any time where it's probably going to sell out, it will be tomorrow. So be there or be square type shit. And of course, I'll be there every single day. I don't know if I said that already, but if I haven't said that already, I'm going to be there every single day. Just letting you guys know. But yeah, in the words of Heady One,
it's a bit of a sticky one still.
But let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below. What do you think about Drake headlining Wireless all 3 days? And what do you think about the whole quote-unquote the MANDEM that's got everyone on Twitter and their mum up in arms at the moment? Do you think it's disrespectful? Do you not? Let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. But on the road to 3,000 subs, you know what time. You should follow my personal IG at LiTTyENT. If you care about what I do, I'm not making these bangers for you. I post updates on Twitter as well, so you might as well follow me on there, because what else you do with your life? Absolutely nothing, mate. All right, bet. Peace.
Oh, you ain't know I could sing?